The MLB offseason is here and players can finally take a break. One team that's probably bound to have a tough time is the Yankees. Aaron Judge, who's been their best player for the past 2 seasons, is now a free agent. He's open to choosing any team that offers him a suitable offer after his wonderful season. Let's find out which teams could probably snag him as we rank all 30 teams as potential landing spots. First and foremost, why is Aaron Judge so popular this season? You've probably heard about Judge's amazing season. It's all that anyone can talk about. While he's rebuilding both mentally and physically, the Yankees have a big decision to make though, and so does he. Judge broke Babe Ruth's record when he scored his 62nd home run off Texas Rangers pitcher Justin Tinoco. He now holds the record for the most home runs scored by an individual in a single season, and now he's all set to go down in history as one of the best outfielders in the American League ever. Judge had turned down a deal with the Yankees that was all set to pay him $213.5 million between 2023 to 2029. Today, he's a free agent, and seeing that he's broken such a major record, he's bound to demand something much higher. Next up, Judge has said nothing yet. Well, Judge has decided to keep fans in the dark. He's been mum about where he could end up, but the Yankees don't need to feel sad just yet. Judge has maintained that it would be a dream for him to play with the Yankees until the very end. He wants to win the championship with them. New York has always been his home and the fans his family, but that doesn't mean he's not open to other offers. All this implies is that continuing with the Yankees isn't completely impossible. The Yankees manager, Cashman, knows this too. He understands that a pot of gold awaits Judge after his historic performance. If the Yankees want to pull him back in, they'd have to increase their offer significantly. Of the 30 clubs in the league, let's look at where Judge could end up. In 5th place, those with a ghost of a chance. We don't mean to be harsh, but let's look at it logically. Judge was on track to receive over $200 million for a 7-year contract, and now he's expected to pull in an even higher figure. So does it seem possible that any of the following teams could pay him anywhere close to that amount? No, right? That's why we're eliminating the following teams from being able to sign the player. The Pittsburgh Pirates, the Oakland Athletics, the Miami Marlins, the Kansas City Royals, the Tampa Bay Rays, and the Cincinnati Reds are out of the running. In 4th place, a minuscule chance. Another group of teams that we are being forced to put aside consists of the Detroit Tigers, the Washington Nationals, the Baltimore Orioles, Milwaukee Brewers, the Colorado Rockies, and the Los Angeles Angels. Neither of the teams mentioned will either be up to spending so much money on a single player. They will also not be able to make the postseason. It's safe to assume that the team that Judge chooses will be able to meet both of these requirements. So, we don't really need to list the pros and cons of the teams here. However, we will say one thing. The thought of seeing Judge play alongside Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout with the Angels makes us kinda excited. At number 3, the teams with something missing. The Arizona Diamondbacks, the Chicago White Sox, the Minnesota Twins, and the Cleveland Guardians don't seem too likely to steal Judge off the market. These teams seem likely to battle it out for the American League Central Trophy, but that's about it. Neither of them could possibly spend all that money to secure someone of Judge's caliber. But we may just be wrong. The Twins did manage to sign Carlos Correa in the last offseason, so they may yet surprise us once again. There's also the Diamondbacks, a rising team looking for more players. However, their team consists of several young players in the outfield. In this case, it's possible that they will be looking to spend on players in other positions. In 2nd place, teams that could surprise us. While the following 10 teams could snag Judge to join them, there are 1 or 2 factors that could be standing in their way. The Philadelphia Phillies, the Seattle Mariners, the Houston Astros, the Toronto Blue Jays, the San Diego Padres, the Texas Rangers, the Atlanta Braves, the Chicago Cubs, and the St. Louis Cardinals make up 8 of the 10 teams. Let's have a look, shall we? The Rangers have added quite a few notable players to their team, but once again, Judge's demands may be a bit too high for them. The same goes for the Padres as well. On the other hand, the Mariners, Astros, Blue Jays, and Braves look like they'll be focusing on keeping or extending their own. Then there's the Cardinals. They were in the running to bag Juan Soto. That's a clear sign that they're definitely up for signing big names. So is it possible that they could spend money on Judge? Only time will tell. Finally, there's the Red Sox. We haven't ranked them too high because Chaim Bloom has proved himself to be quite reluctant when it comes to spending a lot. But that doesn't mean they can't afford to do that. In the first place, we have the top tier with the 4 big teams. Now that we've looked at the teams with the least chance of bagging Judge, let's focus on what's important. We finally made it to the top 4 teams who we think have the best chances of signing them. So let's have a detailed look at them. Coming up, the San Francisco Giants. Yeah, some of you may be unsure, but hear us out. If they try to sign Judge, this wouldn't be the first time they've gone after a big name. They have made plays for Bryce Harper and Giancarlo Stanton in the past, and this this time around could be looking to add a lay of the order thumper. The Giants team needs fresh blood soon. Most of their squad is close to retiring, and the others are no longer performing up to par. They'll probably be selling several of these players, which will open them up to make new purchases. A top team that needs a new player may just be willing to spend what Judge demands. The Giants may just turn out to be the dark horse that attracts the free agent. Next up, the New York Mets. It shouldn't be too much of a surprise that the Mets have ended up on this list. Under Steve Cohen, they've shown no hesitancy when it comes to signing big names. They've spent money and have successfully bagged big players, but they've got other matters to handle too. Jacob deGrom and Edwin Diaz are both heading to the open market, and the Mets need to decide if they'll be going after them. And if they're busy with that, are they also going to be looking to chase Judge? It's definitely possible, but we're skeptical. Let's not forget the Los Angeles Dodgers. Just like the Mets, the Dodgers have proved that they're willing to splurge on stars who may add to the team. Turns out, they also have a lot going on internally and have to deal with various contracts that are coming to an end. Some of those belong to David Price and Trey Turner. Now, they could choose to retain their players or go after new names. By non-tendering Bellinger, they could find the money to snag Aaron Judge, who we've heard is on the market. He may be just what the Dodgers need. And finally, the New York Yankees. Yeah, they're still the favorites and could manage to keep Judge in New York. Yes, you may be thinking that Judge did decline to sign a new contract with them, but that doesn't mean they're no longer an option. They can revise their terms. He may very well decide to stay around for longer. For one thing, Cashman should understand that his team would be worse off without Judge. They also have a track record of keeping their homegrown stars instead of letting them get away, and it would be incredibly absurd if they let him walk away after he broke his latest record. Also, they should also realize they can't afford to let him go. They've had an erratic season, and even with Judge's insane performance, the team could not hold on to their lead. Their gradual decline over the past few months shows that the rest of the roster just isn't cutting it, and losing Judge would badly hurt their chances. But then again, if Judge can see this too, he may finally be serious about changing teams. Even if he could not repeat his 2022 performance, Judge would still be a great asset, and he may decide to take his talents elsewhere and win a championship. That's a wrap for this video. What did you not know about Matt Smith? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.